Hello everybody, this is Unit 9 and our final video response. And so the question is what are the key components that elevate a good physical education sport program to a great one? And so I'll tackle that first. And so my answer would be coming a lot from our text that we've studied and a little bit of outside research. I think the number one thing is proper planning and structure. So a model that teaches students to be consumers of sport and physically literate. Also a model that emphasizes all types of student learning and incorporates the culture for more collective buy-in. The other thing that I would say equally important to this is proper assessment. Physical education is notorious or has a pretty poor rap for just kind of rolling a ball out there and not really tailored to mainstream teaching. And so proper assessment, formal or informal, really holds, I feel like, all educators accountable to make sure and ensure that our students are hitting our teaching objectives for the day, for the week, the unit, and make sure that we're doing our job and that students are learning so that if we're not doing our job, we can make those changes necessary so that they can hit the learning goals, because that's the point, is not just teaching content, but making sure how we're teaching, our methods are correct, and that we're differentiating instruction to meet the needs of learners. So we're going to get a lot of various different types of students in our class, and it's our job to understand them and understand what they need to be consumers of the sport. And so it takes a vigilant effort on our part to do a good job of that. The other thing, I touched on this a little bit, but just is making sure that we are planning out our year, our lesson plans, unit plans to hit those national physical education standards. It holds us accountable and makes it so that we have a goal in mind and that we're hitting our goal. Ensuring we're incorporating fitness education would be something the text emphasized a lot, and it stood out to me, making sure that we are not just rolling a ball out on the court or doing certain things in each sport, which is so easy to do in physical education, but that we're actually teaching lifelong habits and understanding cardiovascular fitness and strength training, endurance, how to test, heart rate, and how to do all the things necessary for their life to be healthy and to be well. And so just that lifelong fitness education. Earlier on, we talked about outdoor education at the school. This would be, a fiscal thing, but if the school would allow to just incorporate fun activities like outdoor education, would really enhance the department. So push for that if you have the ability to. So that would take a PE program from good to great, in my opinion. And so that would be my first answer. What components are you currently missing in your program? And I work at a community college, as everybody knows by now. So I would say actually ensuring that we're planning appropriately. Even at that level, there's little accountability that we're properly assessing students and teaching. It's almost just like expected at that level, because most people have their master's or an equivalency when they're teaching. So It's interesting that you would think that there'd be more accountability where you're technically paid a little bit more, and expected to be at the peak of your teaching ability, and yet there seems to be less accountability. So I would say that there'd be more better structure, and that at the community college level that maybe developing something, national standards that cover that level, and not just stop at 12th grade in physical education in our kinesiology department. So that would be my answer, and I hope you all have a great week and finish strong.